Dan Piercy of D. Piercy's Comics. How are you doing? Been a minute since you've seen a longer form video from me because I've been doing mostly shorts the last couple of weeks. And I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about this Superman versus Muhammad Ali oversized book. They're also called, Marvel called them Treasury editions for a while. So I picked this up at my local comic shop yesterday. In fact, it was behind the counter. They hadn't even priced it yet. I'll show some images in a minute. This book is beat, but it's a little bit more expensive. And I asked the price, and he looked it over for about 5 minutes, and then the gentleman's name was Keith, and he was like, $9. And I was like, I will buy that book for $9. So I wanted to take some time to look at this book and talk about my history with these oversized books and Treasury editions and in general. And here we go. So, and yeah, the first one I ever had was this spectacular SpiderMan from 1975. And this reprinted the origin of the Sinister Six from the SpiderMan annual, and also the first appearance of the Molten Man, if I'm not mistaken. And notice the price of $1.50. Now, regular comics were 25 and 30 and 35 cents in the 70s. And if you were to pick this up at your local grocery store, a Kroger or a Safeway, it was where I was going when I was a kid, and put it in the cart, your parents were as likely to say, "What are you doing? Put that back. I'm not buying that," as they were to purchase it, because $1.50 in the 70s was the equivalent of like $10 or $20, and mom and dad weren't. They weren't necessarily going to buy you a comic of that worth unless it was your birthday or Christmas. Another one of the penultimate oversized issues I thought was this Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man from 1976. This is Romita Sr., I believe, and this was really cool. I never owned this, but a friend of mine did, and I read it, and I remember enjoying the hell out of it. Not only was it Superman versus Spider-Man, but it was also Lex Luthor and Doc Ock teaming up against them. Very cool. I also had this sensational Spider-Man, which reprinted the origins of Morbius. Amazing Spider-Man 100, 101, and 102. I don't have these anymore, by the way. Most of my comics went into short boxes, and I got them out of my parents' attic a few years ago. But these were either given away, sold at a yard sale. I don't think they were given away. They were sold at a yard sale or thrown out. Another one was this Star Wars number 2. Funny story. I remember being at the grocery store with a friend of mine, and his mom was willing to buy us some comics, and I stupidly said this was the only one I want, and my friend's mom bought it for me. I was really surprised, and I loved this book, and I mean, these were, as a kid of 8, 9, or 10 years old, you really did treasure these books. And then we get to the book that inspired this video, this Superman versus Muhammad Ali from DC in 1978. And take a look at some of the interiors here. You can see this book is beat. You can see the cover is starting to detach there. And this is prime Neil Adams, I think. Neil Adams in the 70s. I think 1970s Neil Adams and Ramita Sr. were two of the best artists of that era, and two of my favorites. That splash cover there is awesome. Taking a look at the final 2 pages there. We see folded pages, chipping. Parts of the book are missing, but you know, for $9, so I'll take it. These books were really a lot of fun as a youngster. And you're starting to see them in local comic shops, and they didn't used to be very expensive because nobody wanted them, but now they're starting to have price tags of $20, $40, $50, even over $100. So, yeah, they did Hulk, Fantastic Four, Conan, Savage Hands of Kung Fu. So yeah, and I think the last ones they did were in 1981. So that is that. If you've watched this far, thank you. I am Dan Piercy of D. Piercy's Comics. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that's it. Cheers. Thanks.